What's going on, everybody? It's Bulls Nation Station back at it again with another one. And I actually want to start off by saying this was a very entertaining game. Actually, one of the more entertaining games that I've seen from the Bulls in a while. Yes, I'm disappointed that we lost the game. Yes, we had plenty of opportunities to win the game. And yes, we should have won the game. But nevertheless, it was an entertaining game, and I feel like the Bulls, for the most part, competed most of the game. They didn't get blew out, and for that, I want to acknowledge them for that. But yeah, I want to talk about it. So before I do, I want you guys to subscribe to my page as I keep you guys updated with the Bulls content, rumors, gossip, and news. But yeah, how did the Bulls lose this game? So we started off the game. The Bulls started off with great energy. The ball was moving. Vooch came out on fire, hit like 3 threes. He was big in the paint. Things were going good. The ball movement was looking good. The activity on defense was looking good. To be honest, the activity on defense was looking good most of the game. But in that third quarter and heading to the fourth, it kind of got away. But yeah, it was looking good. Patrick Williams, he came and brought a lot of energy. He only had 11 points, but it seemed like all 11 of those points were really big points that he scored. He had a big three. He had a monster dunk where he flew in and dunked over the defender. He was doing a lot of good things out there, and it feels good. It just feels good. It feels like Pat is finally waking up. He's finally waking up. He's starting to be aggressive, and he's starting to take advantage of his spots. And it was awesome to see. It was awesome to see him go against the guy he looks up to in the NBA, which is Kawhi Leonard, and play defense on him. He just sees how masterful Kawhi is in the mid-range. And so that was great to see. I feel like, Vooch, he's been playing good so far, and I would be extremely shocked if the Bulls do trade Nikola Vucevic. But going to other players, I feel like Ayo had a nice bounce back offensive game. He actually had a good all around game. He was the primary defender on Paul George and held Paul George to only like 16 points. And Ayo, he was active. He had 11 points. He had a big three, had a couple of nice drives, had a couple of drives where you knew he was going to get blocked. But overall, I feel like this was a better game than we've seen from Ayo in the past few games. And hopefully he could continue to build on that. I feel like DeMar DeRozan kind of had a frustrating game. He had like 8 turnovers, which is a career high. Zach LaVine, he also had a lot of turnovers. He probably had like 7. And so this wasn't a typical DeMar DeRozan game. He wasn't as sharp as he usually is. He still came around into hitting some big shots towards the end of the game. And he also missed a couple shots. But I feel like he kind of let the refs and the no calls get to him. I feel like DeMar DeRozan was really kind of off his peak today. And you could hear the coach on the side like, stay in the game. The game is not over. There was a lot of bad calls and a lot of missed calls that the referees did for DeMar DeRozan. But typically, DeMar DeRozan is good at keeping his cool for the most part. But yeah, it was DeMar DeRozan. He was kind of off today, and I feel like that kind of affected his game overall. He finished with like 20 points, but yeah, this wasn't a typical DeMar DeRozan game generally, and I feel like he could have played better. I feel like Zach LaVine, he had a lot of turnovers, but he had a mixed game to me. He had a really good game stat-wise. He scored his points. He almost had a triple-double. He had I don't know if it's a career high, but definitely a season high, 13, 14 rebounds. And he hit some big shots, especially the couple and-ones where he was driving to the paint. The thing about Zach LaVine that really hurt us, and I also want to acknowledge his nice block that he had when he played some help defense on Kawhi. That was awesome to see. But the thing that hurt with Zach was those key missed free throws at the end. He got fouled at a three-pointer by Norman Powell, and he had a chance to tie and give us the lead, and he missed 2, and that was just painful because we could have been right there, with like a minute to go. But yeah, I feel like overall, Zach had a good game outside of the horrible turnovers. With Zach, you kind of prone to get a few of those. It's kind of crazy to see DeMar with those type of turnovers, but yeah, he had a good game. Looked like his shooting is getting back to form, so hopefully he could build on that. His defense wasn't that bad this game, actually. His defense was pretty good. And so shout out to who do I miss? Shout out to Kobe White coming off the bench. He had like 8 points, I think. Hit a couple of threes. He played okay. Had a key big rebound. Derrick Jones Jr., he was pretty quiet this game. It was great to see Andre Drummond come in and get some minutes. He played great, got a couple offensive rebounds, hit a couple free throws, missed a couple. You know what you're going to get with Drummond, but the fact that he came in ready to play, that was awesome to see. Alex Caruso came in the game. He brought that energy, that toughness that he usually brings. Even had a nice strip on Kawhi and played some good defense. But the thing that hurt with Caruso, he had that turnover off the inbounds pass late in the game. But to his credit, it was poorly ran as far as guys getting open. Nobody was open, so you either had to hurry up and throw it in or call a timeout. And I don't know if he was paying attention to the timeout situation, but he tried to sneak it in and hopefully they could grab it, but it turns out they didn't, which unfortunately cost us the game. So yeah, it was a horrible way to go out. I feel like Billy Donovan kind of should have pulled that second lineup with Derrick Jones Jr. and Patrick Williams. I feel like he should have put a leash on that lineup and used more of Andre Drummond in this game, just to the size difference and things like that, because I feel like that was working more, and that was the beginning of where they started to lose their lead, was when they went to that lineup of Derrick Jones Jr. and Pat instead of Andre Drummond. So it happens, but yeah, you're going to get a really great team on the other end. You have Kawhi doing his thing, Paul George, Norman Powell, he was real aggressive scoring. But yeah, the Bulls, they just got to continue to fight, man. That's all you can do at this point. We lost another winnable game, but hopefully they can learn from it. Hopefully they don't have their heads down. And I know DeMar DeRozan, he's going to come with a bounce-back game because that's just who he is. And he felt like he got fouled at the end of that last game. I'm not really sure. It might have been good defense. But, yeah, the Bulls just got to continue to fight. Yeah, so let me know what you guys think about this game. Comment down below. And I'm going to holler at you guys later. I'm out.